1, 2, 3, 4.
Happy, happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish it was our birthday so we could party too. Happy, happy birthday and all your dreams come true. We wish it was our birthday so we could party
It's your birthday!
Hello, everyone. My name is Swamp, and it is day 2 of the birthday celebration. That's right, I haven't stopped partying since yesterday. Of course. I hope you guys have been partying too. I mean, not only is it Pride Month, I don't know why my channel's birthday had to end up in Pride Month, but that's just the way of it. That's just the way of it. So don't forget, for the rest of the day today, you can join the Swamp Mug Club. And my mug kicks Steven Crowder's mug's ass. That's all I'm going to say about that.
1, 2, 3, 4. Rain, put your robes on and become snow. You can find Lily, become love. Nothing can be done. Fire, you know what to do to the tire. You can find out she becomes love. Nothing can be done. Don't try to hide it, 'cause they are listening to you. You will start sliding, you're going down the truth. Well, I heard losing the day, but that's too late. Got it, that is not the way it comes low. There's nothing can be done. Rain, but drops on become snow. You can find Lily, become love. Nothing can be done. Well, a fire, you know what to do to the fire. You can find out she becomes love. Nothing can be done. Well, don't try to hide it, 'cause they are listening to you. You will start sliding, you're gonna run the truth. Well, that's Lily, losing the day, that's too late. Got it, that's right away, becomes love. Nothing can be done. Yeah, boys.
All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. Continuing the birthday celebration. So first things first, I'm going to have to update you on the news this week. Hello, everyone. My name is Swamp Johnson, and this is Swamp News. Johnny Depp wins! Yeah, that's right. Johnny Depp has won his defamation suit against Amber Heard. And I gotta say, she really shit the bed on this one. But luckily for us, we have experts in the media to tell us the real truth about the situation. The Root says Amber Heard verdict sends a message to black women everywhere. If that message isn't, don't be a liar, liar, pants on fire, I'm not really sure what that message is. Gun control has been the topic of the week, with every brain-dead moron in the country claiming guns can become sentient and massacre people at will and have absolutely no capacity to protect anyone. And according to Nadler, they especially cannot protect women.
And I'd yield back to the chair. Yes.
The gentleman yield. Gentlelady yield. I just want to add that there is no research to support the idea that women's gun ownership increases their safety, regardless of whether they're in-person violence victims. In fact, studies show the opposite, that women living in households with a firearm are at greater risk of homicide. A study of female intimate partner homicide risk factors found that even for women who lived apart from their abuser, there was no evidence of protective impact from owning a gun. And a California study found that women who purchased a gun died by firearm homicide at twice the rate of women who did not.
To every woman out there watching this program, if a man ever tells you that you do not need a gun for any reason, that is a man you should probably keep your eye on. And of course, the clown show continued, with Congressman Jones explaining that he is willing to destroy our country, the rule of law, and our entire democratic republic in order to install his own dictatorship. You know, for your own good.
Our lives the same as you did when you were kids, but we can't let you get away with this anymore. Enough is enough. Enough of you telling us that school shootings are a fact of life when every other country like ours has virtually ended it. Enough of you blaming mental illness and then defunding mental health care in this country. Enough of your thoughts and prayers. Enough. Enough. You will not stop us from advancing the Protecting Our Kids Act today. You will not stop us from passing it in the House next week, and you will not stop us there. If the filibuster obstructs us, we will abolish it. If the Supreme Court objects, we will expand it, and we will not rest until we have taken weapons of war out of circulation in our communities. Each and every day, we will do whatever it takes to end gun violence, whatever it takes. What we will do is not fail the children of this country the way that you have failed us, the generations of Columbine, Sandy Hook, Parkland, and Uvalde. I yield.
The American Congress, ladies and gentlemen. And never one to be outdone on wokeism, Justin Trudeau has banned handguns in Canada. Apparently because of crimes committed outside of his own country.
We're introducing legislation to implement a national freeze on handgun ownership. What this means is that it will no longer be possible to buy, sell, transfer, or import handguns anywhere in Canada. In other words, we're capping the market for handguns.
If you live in the United States and you agree with this, then by all means, please go become a Canadian. You can do it. No one will stop you. And ladies and gentlemen, the time we've all been waiting for. It is Pride Month. Yay! Everyone's favorite time of year. The United States Marine Corps posted this on their official Twitter account, saying, throughout June, the United States Marine Corps takes #Pride in recognizing and honoring the contributions of our LGBTQ service members. We remain committed to fostering an environment free from discrimination and defend the values of treating all equally with dignity and respect. They also accompanied that post with this image. I think it speaks for itself. Good Lord. But it's not all bad news. A grandfather recently confronted a school teacher for encouraging his grandson to wear a dress, saying, "We don't do that transgender and all of that. We don't do that."
Yeah, she called me and told me that she had an issue up here about my grandson being in a dress. I mean, I'm trying to see what the issue is about that.
Okay, you're gonna have to talk to Dara.
Who's
the
Dara?
Director. She's down in the other classroom.
Is she the one that was in charge of the kids while my grandson?
I was, but I can't talk to you.
Why?
Because because you're not on the form. So we'll have to get Dara up here and see if she will let you. Talk to you about it.
I mean, first of all, I'm coming down here because we don't do that. The transgender and all that. We don't do that.
I understand. I don't either.
And I don't appreciate you encouraging him to put on no dress for the second day too. I don't appreciate that. And don't think this is going away. I'm going further with this.
Okay, you can go down and talk.
No, I'm not done talking to you. I'm letting you know the next time that you put any kid in a dress, we're gonna make you go viral.
Okay, you need to go talk to my director.
And in even more good news, a TikTok teacher was recently schooled by her own students.
So today in Queer Teacher Things, one of my students asked about my roommate, because I know I have a roommate, and I told them their name, and they asked if my roommate was a boy or a girl, and I said neither. And they were like, no, Miss Brown, are they a boy or a girl? I was like, my friend, they're neither. They were like, well, do they have a boy name or a girl name? And I said, neither. And they said, well, do they wear boy clothes or girl clothes? And I said, what are boy clothes and girl clothes? And they go, you know. And I said, no, my friend, I don't know. What are boy clothes and girl clothes? And they said, well, what kind of clothes do they wear? And I said, well, they normally wear jeans and a t-shirt. And they said, well, what color is the t-shirt? And I said, all colors. And they said, well, that doesn't make any sense. And I said, it doesn't have to make sense. And then they walked away because they got mad at me.
Sounds like your children are still developing critical thinking skills despite your best efforts. So, what a great start to Pride Month 2022. My name is Swamp Johnson, and this has been Swamp News.
1, 2, 3, 4. Happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish it was our birthday so we could party too. Happy birthday and all your dreams come true. We wish it was our birthday so we could
It's your birthday!
Hey, did you hear? It's the channel's birthday! All right. So, today, we're going to play YouTube's favorite game. What are they mad about now? The Is It Guns edition.
I'm your Korean dad. Do you ever feel like you're really trying to help people? That everybody's talking about what it means to be a supporter and ally of people going through tough times. And you just want to be one of those people who's showing support and sympathy. But when you do, the people who you're trying to be there for, they don't always seem to want your help. Or that what you're doing is somehow making them more upset. Yeah, I know what that can feel like. The thing is, when people are hurting, like really, really hurting, it's like being in a deep pit of sad. And sometimes, no matter what your intentions are, the stuff that you do and say, it just falls into that pit and can actually add to the sadness. I'm pretty sad this week, and I'm trying really hard to be there for you and for other people. But sometimes things happen that are so sad and heartbreaking, and maybe we can't help you help us?
What the hell is that Korean dad talking about? All right, if you've not played this game before, I'm going to show you a picture of a crazy person, and I'm going to give you 3 options in the chat for you to vote. And the first one, our first celebrity on What Are They Mad About Now? Yep, that is Kevin Bacon. Hollywood has a long and storied history about being mad about all the right things. That is for sure. So, the options are, is it Black Lives Matter, gun violence, or climate change? Yeah, I was bummed to see Kevin Bacon being an idiot, but he looks kind of sick, doesn't he? Is he doing all right? I don't know. He looks a little sickly. I'm gonna go watch Tremors after this so I can see Kevin Bacon actually being a badass again. You know, Hollywood is always righteously angry about all three of these things: Black Lives Matter, gun violence, and climate change. They kind of just rotate them every few months, you know? There's a poll in the chat. I don't know how many people... I don't even know what it looks like on the opposite side. I just know what it looks like when I put it up. But in the chat, you can vote, and we'll see what everyone thinks, and then we'll find out what this person's so angry about. All right. Is that everyone? Votes counted? Man, it's overwhelmingly gun violence. That's the best kind of violence. Oh shit, can I say that on YouTube? It's a joke. Come on. Gun violence, 86% of the vote. Black Lives Matter, 7%, and climate change, 7%. Man, that is quite a spread. All right, well, let's see what Kevin Bacon's mad about.
Just want to send a message to our leaders in Washington this morning. How many kids have to die before you're going to do something? We all want to live
gun
in
violence,
the land of the
ladies and
free
gentlemen,
and the home of the brave. But how about the freedom to drop your kids off at school in the morning, knowing that you're going to be picking them up after school? And
how come so many people say stuff like this
to stand
and
up
they think
to the gun lobby?
It sounds
The
smart.
same gun lobby that keeps telling us that strong laws are not going to do anything about gun violence. And all I'm saying is, what if they could? What if they could save a person's life?
What if they could just save one life?
Worth a try at this point. Thoughts and prayers. Pray on that.
That's the new one that they all talk about is thoughts and prayers is garbage. Thoughts and prayers isn't for a solution. It's to show compassion for the victims. I mean, it's... But whatever. Anything to rip on religious people, that's for sure. Okay, our next one. Is it... Oh, I wonder if... I'm always finding out what words get banned from the YouTube polls. Let's see if this one works. All right, it went out. So is it hashtag stop Asian hate, hashtag stop gun violence, hashtag bans off our bodies? Oh man, this is looking like a tough one there in the polls. These are all back in the news now. You know, all three of them. We had some Stop Asian Hate stuff recently, and of course Stop Gun Violence. That's what everyone's been talking about. And of course, Roe v. Wade bans off our bodies. Oh man, it's close. Any last minute votes? We got bans off our bodies coming in first at 47%. All right, we're going to call it there. Bans off our bodies coming in at 47%, first place. Let's see.
Why influencers be like, oh, I love matcha lattes. They're so yummy and good for your health. I post my pretty matcha lattes all the time. Oh, So did you hear about the mass shooting of 6 Asian women in Atlanta, Georgia, and how the media is taking the shooter's word for it to be only sexually driven, and then they chalked it up to him having a really bad day? Yeah, I don't see you posting about that.
Well, I don't think people were posting about that because I'm pretty sure that's not exactly what happened or how they were framing it even. But, they always say to each their own. That also applies to reality nowadays. To each their own on reality. All right, this next one. We are going to have the options. I wonder. I'm second guessing myself now. Whenever I'm about to submit the poll, I never know what's gonna get held up. Geez, if I could spell properly, that would probably help. All right, is it assault weapons, racism in gaming, or compliments? Yeah, that's true. That's a. It could be something about Amber Heard. I mean, yeah, it does say that on the screen. Compliments coming. Oh man, it changed before I was able to say it was coming in at 69%, which was nice. All right, is that it? We got everybody in? Compliments at 65%, racism in gaming at 24%, and assault weapons at 12%. All right. Compliments come out ahead, 67%. Let's see what it is.
Hey, can we stop using gendered compliments as a people? Because first of all, that's a term used by and for Black women. Second of all, I am not a female person. I don't care. I don't give a single fuck what I look like to you. I am non-binary. And I'm really sick of getting comments that say, "You go girl, nice job, sis." I don't care if they're compliments.
People
they misgender
nice.
me and they make me feel bad. So I'm not trying to shit on you specifically, but I'm also not shitting on you. I'm just saying, can you type something else? But yeah, in the future, when you want to compliment someone, don't add a gendered thing, especially when in their profile, their pronouns are listed as all pronouns, they, ze. I'm not a cis. I'm not a cis for so many reasons, gender reasons, race reasons, and I don't want to keep making fucking videos about this.
Exclusive to Black women. Jeez, what a crazy bitch-a-rooney dooney. Yeah, look at this crazy looking. Well, it looks like a gay version of Lestat, really. All right, the options are Christian bigots, common sense gun control, or parents raising their kids. Man, how long did I have my mic off for? Hopefully not this whole time. Man, no one got to hear my awesome joke? I just looked up and I was like, oh shit, I hit the mute button. Well, hopefully at least, did you hear me explaining why it took so long? It wouldn't let me say bigots. I had to censor it. Oh man, that's such a bummer. I didn't even mean to hit the mute button. Well, my awesome joke was that, well, this guy looks like the queer version of Lestat. But now I know and laughed. And yeah, it took so long because I had to rewrite it to figure out which word it didn't like, because YouTube doesn't let you say certain things, and apparently you can't say the word bigot. I mean, okay, I guess it just wasn't that funny. Man, I was giving you guys a chance to redo it, you know? All right. Parents raising their kids coming in first place at 48%. Let's see what the LGBTQ Lestat has to say.
This may come as a surprise to you, but I rarely get misgendered by children, especially because when I'm out and about, like in the world, I always have a mask on. So like you would think I'm a lady, which makes me feel a lot better than being called a man. And so sometimes kids will say that because they see the long hair.
No comment.
And even if a child did misgender me, I would not blame the child because they don't understand the ramifications of their actions. I would absolutely blame the parent. Why the fuck are you raising your child in a binary that's going to oppress them and everybody else? Like, I don't understand like why we're clinging to these archaic ideas about gender and why we're perpetuating them and thrusting them upon kids. Like, your kid will probably be some version of queer. Anyway, that's...
Not if they have a decent family. I'm sorry to have to be the one to tell you that. And, you know, I don't know exactly what this person does for a living, but don't they look like a teacher? Isn't that, wouldn't that be your first guess for this person? All right, I'm really wondering if this one's going to get locked out again, too. All right, it worked. Okay. Transphobia, misgendering, or handguns. And in case you're wondering, there's plenty of TikTokers out there that just put their pronouns on screen when they're talking about all kinds of shit. It's like on Twitter, all those people that have in their bio their pronouns. And look at that haircut. God, that is brutal. Oh yeah, they loved it's always what's that meme that someone made where it's got the goofy looking kid from the whatever the hell that Christmas movie was with the train, and he's got pink hair and it's a fake Twitter bio. It says like ACAB. It's got the hammer and sickle. It has like 4 different pronouns on it, and you know. All right, we got misgendering coming ahead at 59%. I don't know, man. I think that might be how much this haircut cost, was $10. All right, let's see.
I will say I am very glad that I'm feeling so good about my haircut and that it came out so good because when I got off work to go to this hair appointment, yeah, I was about ready to scream at the next person who called me girl.
Oh my God.
I work in a place that happens to have a lot of older people, a lot of seniors. And every time they refer to me or my coworkers or a group of us with me and my coworkers together, it's always ladies, lady, girl, girlies, ma'am, and just, it's non-stop. And I know they don't know that I'm non-binary, but it's still exhausting. Oh my God. Come up with new terms, please.
I love that. I know they don't even know about it, but oh my gosh, they should already know about it. And oh my gosh, I can't believe they don't know about it. The emotional labor of this poor woman. All right, this fantastically dressed man. Oh, I can't believe it went through. Being white, good guy with a gun, or hashtag Black Lives Matter. And 60% good guy with a gun. I love how that's the new argument. They were even talking about this in Congress, the good guy with a gun, and he said, there's never been a case of a good guy with a gun stopping a shooting. I'm pretty sure every active shooter situation was resolved with a gun. 99% by somebody else with a gun, 1% where the guy committing the crime killed himself. So... And not even that the guy has to end up dead. I mean, how do you stop? I mean, does the guy just say, well, you know what? There's no one here who could stop me, but I'm just going to go home now. No. They were talking about that in Congress. There's never been a case of this happening. All right. 59%. Good guy with a gun. Man, no one's voting for Black Lives Matter. You guys are racists. Absolutely racist.
Yep, I talked about this last year when I had maybe 5% of the followers that I have now, so let me talk about it again. I'm a gay man, right? Do I face hardships and injustices because I'm gay? Absolutely. Is that valid? Yes. Am I still white?
Is anyone else having problems with the sound?
I am.
Seems like it's working.
I knew I was white before I knew I was gay. Other people knew I was white before they knew I was gay. So I have been treated as a white person, specifically a white man, longer than I have been treated as a gay man, okay? And even though I am visibly queer, this is still the first thing you see. When an officer pulls me over, they see this first. They don't see this. Shit that I can take off.
I love how
so
he's trying to make it sound like
absolutely
he's
have
super
valid
woke,
struggles
but
as a gay man, of course, and I will
really
fight
he's just
to
sounding
fix
like a
them
white
entirely.
supremacist.
But I need to remember I'm white first, and I have white privilege first.
You do need to remember that you're white first. Come on, man. Seriously, didn't that just sound more like he was a white supremacist? What the hell? All right, next one. This amazing looking person. You know, I don't always want to have to make the same joke, but these people never really, like, they're never really very aesthetically pleasing, are they? I want to go up to every gay man I ever see now and say, don't forget that you're white first. Don't forget that, man. That's what I've learned from this guy. You may think that you have a certain oppression status, but you don't. You're the best of the best because you're white. Yeah, he does kind of look like Kip, didn't he? All right. Parents raising their kids? Again. Gun safety classes? Again. Or the American flag in schools? Oh, well, I can turn the music down. I didn't... It's better than having total dead silence. Hey, this is the theme song, man. My producer picked it. You can't blame me for that. Man, the American flag coming in at number 1, as it always should. Oh yeah, I always forget. I want to start reminding everybody to switch it off of top chat to live chat. That's YouTube always defaults you on top chat, which they use to block people. So there's some people that you won't see, and given the kind of content that I make, I'm willing to bet that there's quite a few people here that YouTube doesn't like that much. So they might be blocking you. Yeah, switch it over to the top, or switch it from top chat to live chat, and then you'll actually be able to see everybody in the chat. All right, American flag coming in at 72%. Yeah, that's also why I wanted to put the chat prominently on the screen for this segment, because it shows up regularly, like on the screen. You may have seen messages on the screen you didn't see in chat, and that's why. Man, there's a lot of people using my name in a derogatory way today. I'm not appreciating that. How dare you call us binary people? That is super bigoted. All right. 74% say the American flag in schools. Let's see what we got.
All right, guys. So I have been put in the position to dead name and misgender students for the last
you got it.
few
She's a
months
teacher.
or whatever since I started working at my current school corporation. And today was the day that I resigned. I was called in and they said they had a meeting with the superintendent or assistant superintendent and the school lawyer, and that while they are here, while the students are with us, we are acting in loco parento, which apparently means that we are acting in place of the parents. And so therefore we have to abide by parent wishes.
How is a 16-year-old a teacher?
when it comes to preferred name and pronouns, which just like isn't true. So because of this, I have resigned. I am queer, I am lesbian, I am non-binary, I use she, they pronouns, and I will not be put in a position to feel like I'm going against my own community.
Yeah.
And I will not feed into misgendering or dead naming. It's not something that I will do, period. And if I had not resigned, I would have gotten fired for it.
Did you hear all of the different classes that she was, the groups that she was associated with? That's how you know that she's a good person. Queer, lesbian, something with pronouns and blah, blah, blah. That's how you know. That's how you know. I don't need to know anything else about you. That's how we know that you're a good person, for sure. Oh, no, yeah, she said that, that they were going to fire her. That's the same thing I said about Brentley and the rebel English teacher, where they said, I'm choosing to resign. No, they told you they were going to fire you, or you can resign. There's a difference there. And I don't know if I tripped anyone up with that. The Is It Guns edition? Do you know notice how many of them actually were guns? That's what we call trolling in the biz. I think Kevin Bacon was the only one complaining about guns. All right. This has been What Are They Mad About Now? Boom. Oh, I crossed off the wrong one. Let's do it again. Boom. Okay, now we're on to the good stuff. Because it's Pride Month. Here, let me put up my let me put up my pride flag. Yeah. Not just the pride flag, the progressive pride flag. But it's not the new progressive pride flag, but I did show that in Swamp News, so. Yeah, I think I still have that saved, I believe. The updated version. You know, this is how I know that, I'm just not quite on par with these people because, no offense, but your version of my Twitter picture just made it too busy for me. It's just not as aesthetically pleasing. But that's what these people do. So actually, yours is more authentic. I just went being in drag with blue hair. You got me the rest of the authenticity that I needed. All the flags and the Ukraine and all that stuff. Oh man, that could be an NFT. You're sitting on a gold mine. So now we're going to get into Pride Month, and man, I'm sure everybody is just super, super excited for Pride Month. The first thing that I wanted to go over, because it's absolutely heinous, though I guess I repeat myself. Pride Month isn't known for being wholesome, I don't think. And I love how they act like if you point that out, it's true. Like if you point out that that's true, then they get upset about it, and then they go just do the most depraved shit you've ever seen. And you're like, well, wait a minute. But let's celebrate Pride Month. First thing we got. Should you take your kids to a pride parade? This is from Fatherly Magazine. So this is supposed to be a magazine for dads. And it says kids can join in the fun of Pride, but there are certain conversations you should have beforehand. Pride parades and the Pride festivals that follow are noisy and crowded. They're filled with sights that may be new to kids, like public nudity and kink. That seems appropriate. Not to mention that Pride parades aren't the most sober of places. So is it appropriate to take your young kids to Pride? Considering the benefits for all families, including seeing other LGBTQ plus families like yours and showing up as an ally if your family members are straight and cisgender, the answer is absolutely. So it is absolutely a good idea to take your young children to a place where there's going to be nudity, kink, and public intoxication. I couldn't think of a better place to take your kid, honestly. You're probably a bigot if you don't. So let's take a look real quick. What is Pride like? And some of you may have seen this video before. And oh god, it gets better with age. So let's see, is this appropriate for children?
I'm a non-binary man, so there's a part of me that's not entirely man. And there's a part of me that's non-binary as well.
I identify as bigender. I'm a femboy, so I'm a man who sometimes or most of the time dresses up or experiences the female side of me.
All right, so we're out here in Pride 2018, Los Angeles. Out here, hey, dude, you dropped he dropped his spoon. Hey man, you dropped your spoon.
Crossover. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, you can never be too safe. We got guys all around here spooning everywhere. But I'll tell you what, did that guy get some serious wood or what? This is Pride 2018. Don't drop your spoons. You never know who you're going to see. Hope you enjoy this episode. All right, what's up? I'm here with, what's your name?
Oh, yeah, Brody. This is completely appropriate
I'm here. What's
for
your name?
children.
Deborah, what's your name?
Chase.
What's your name?
Yana.
Okay, so we're out here in Pride. What are we proud of today?
Being gay.
All right, what about you?
I'm proud of being trans.
And you?
I'm also proud of being trans.
What's your name?
Martin.
All right, Martin. So, what are we celebrating
just
today?
Nudity.
We are
just got hanging out there right on the street. Right on the street. And
free speech.
never forget
All right,
that
what's up? I'm out here with, what's your name?
I'm Tennyson Highness
Fatherly
Rio.
magazine
So who are
says
we
this
here
is
with?
appropriate for children.
I'm the Gunnis Bunny.
Cool. So, what are we proud of today?
Myself.
What about you?
Else.
Yeah, what about you?
Finding myself and finding my own individuality as a trans person.
Okay, so, what is individuality for you?
Individuality? Oh, God, I can't speak. So it's pretty much just who you are. Be yourself.
So who are you?
I go as them, they, and I am a proud person.
What's your name?
Deanna Lorraine.
Deanna Lorraine. Now, Deanna Lorraine is actually an author. You just put out a book. Is
Yeah,
that
this
correct?
Yeah, it's called Make Love Great Again.
You know, like there's white supremacy. There's also straight.
Yeah, see, this is looking great for children so far. Wouldn't you take your kid to this? I mean, I know if I had a kid, I would be there. Absolutely. Just right off the bat. Why kids should go to Pride. Pride Parade started as a political event, first held in New York in June 1970 to commemorate the first anniversary of the Stonewall riots. The uprising, which followed a police raid of the Stonewall and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we've all heard this stuff before. Well, maybe you haven't, but it's not important. Come on. Oh, God. Am I going to get in trouble just for reading this? Prepping kids for a Pride Parade. Interesting. If you're taking your family to Pride for the first time, make sure you have a conversation about it ahead of time. Yeah, I hope you're not taking them in blind, because holy crap. Share the history of Pride in an age-appropriate way. Suggests Jessica Fish, PhD. Well, she must be smart. She got a PhD. An associate professor of family science who specializes in LGBTQ plus families at the University of Maryland School of Public Health. Do you hear all the qualifications? This is going to be good. I'm still not sure if they're going to actually explain an age-appropriate way to talk to your kid about a man dressed up half naked as a demonic nun with white contacts in, swinging their peepee around. But maybe I am a bigot, you know? Rainbow, a first book of Pride is a great option for kids younger than 10. Do you feel the pride? I feel the pride. Talk to your kids about Pride as if it is not just this big party, but it's a celebration of being that is a recognition of historical oppression and uprising. Understanding the roots of that celebration of Pride is just as important as your kid understanding the LGBTQ people exist and thrive within their communities. I really don't think that it's appropriate to take a kid to a place where they're going to show LGBTQ people just pulsing with pride. I'm just not sure that that's appropriate.
Supremacy.
And who's in charge of that one?
What do you mean who's in charge?
Because kind of like Richard Spencer and the white nationalists kind of run the terrible like white supremacy kind of groups today. But what?
It's pretty mainstream. I mean, there are leaders to straight supremacist culture, but I mean, straight supremacy goes back for thousands of years.
I'm doing it. I'm blending in. They would never know. I got this.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
gonna keep
is
going.
Yeah,
We're gonna keep
you
doing
think you should
this.
take your children to this?
And so, what do you dress as today?
I'm a unicorn.
And what does a unicorn represent to you?
Hope.
Hope. And what kind of hope do unicorns represent?
What was that again?
What kind of hope do unicorns represent?
The hope of a brighter future, and that one day, this is great, and this is what we're doing, but hopefully, it's gonna be a better cause. We'll still be able to do this, and there'll be less hate in the world. Essentially,
how do we reduce the hate in the world?
We just love more.
And how do we love more?
Just accept people for who they are.
So basically, I have a question. So are you guys familiar with
how would you
some people?
how do you prep your kid to go see this? That's I'm really skeptical that they're going to actually explain how what we're looking at here is going to translate to a young kid. I'm still not quite figuring that one out, but
People's arguments that the LGBT community is unnatural or that it's not normal. What do you think about that? Do you think that they're wrong? Do you think they're right? Do you think you're normal? Do you think you're not? What do you have to say to those kind of viewers?
There's no such thing as normal.
Are we purposely serving hot dogs because they look like, you know what?
No, not really. People love them either way.
I think there's a lot of people here that like hot dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Especially with bacon?
Yes, and in their mouths possibly too.
Damn, okay.
All right, Make Love Great Again.
And
What's
look
the
at
book?
It's just like naked people walking around all over the
The
place.
book is actually
and,
about how men and women can get back to their foundations of a little bit more traditional
That guy
values.
just groped
We're
him.
on opposite sides of the planet. Let's get back together and make love great again and restore what it was like back in the day a little bit more.
What do you think about the people that are against this?
I think that we're on another mentality and
Oh,
we
wow.
have no tears left to cry, and they should just go be haters somewhere else. And Pride's all about accepting everyone. So the fact that people are hating on accepting everyone, that
all right, I'm gonna have to cut you off there because this is going nowhere fast. Hopefully, Fatherly can come up with a way to explain this. Though I'm kind of doubting it at the moment. Okay, so let's figure this out. Before going to Pride, you should also sit your kids down with a few more children's books about LGBTQ plus people and families. Kids have a tendency to point and ask questions when they're exposed to new things, and you don't want people celebrating Pride to become a convenient... Wait, what? You don't want people celebrating Pride to become a convenient life lesson for children? I don't understand what that is implying. If you're straight and cisgender or just haven't exposed your kids to much of the LGBTQ plus community, or if you're a good parent, prepping your kids beforehand can ensure that your family is respectful of queer people while at Pride. See, I'm getting the feeling, I don't know if anyone else is noticing this, that we're not going to actually get any legitimate ways, explained on how you prepare a kid for something that is not age appropriate. It's weird that they're saying we're going to explain it in an age appropriate way. Okay, how do I do that? They never explain that. They never tell you how to actually do that. If they do, hey, props to them, but I have not seen it yet. Oh, great. We have another college professor. Let's see what they say. Jennifer McGurr, PhD, an associate professor of family social science at the University of Minnesota, has been to Pride celebrations across the world with her family, from Tucson to Amsterdam. McGuire, a lesbian parent. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read this. Always preps her kids for possible adult content beforehand. After a few events, the kids knew to expect nudity and other surprises. Huh. Other surprises. They just had to learn to laugh and enjoy things. Oh, God, man. Every freaking line of this. Like there were these... Oh, my gosh. I don't know if I'm allowed to read this. Like, there were these Beanie Babies with giant penises on them. For a 4th and 5th grade kid, that's super funny. I'm just going to say, for any dads out there, I would not take advice from Fatherly magazine. I'm just saying.
Just is completely against like everything that I think is good for our planet.
Yeah, we're out here dancing. Hey, what's up? What's your name?
Miss Chalet, the House of St. Laurent, honey. We are representing for Pose tonight.
Amen. All right, good. High five. That's good stuff. Keep get it. All right, Tenzin, what are we wearing today?
This is my bikini made from Namilia. And we're wearing some shorts from Topshop. And last but not least, I'm wearing Christian Louboutin on my feet.
Awesome. That's pretty crazy. That's like, so you called it a dikini.
Bikini.
A dikini? Did you make that one up yourself?
I'm still not hearing how we explain this to kids. I'm hearing a lot saying that we should just expose them to it. I'm not sure that that's an appropriate solution. I don't know about that.
No, that's actually
hey, brother,
what the
thanks for the super chat.
How much was that cost?
Yeah, I'm going to need some help after this, that's
like
for sure.
around 400.
I might need to crack open a beer to get through this.
But you can't put a price on a bikini, correct?
No, you can't.
Hashtag what?
Refuse fascism.
What kind of fascism are we refusing?
The Trump-Pence fascist regime.
So if they were fascist, wouldn't we probably not be allowed to be out here resisting them?
I'm sorry?
If they were fascist, probably would we not be allowed to be out here resisting them?
Not necessarily. It's not an insult, and it's not an exaggeration. They're fascists.
So what do you think that the LGBTQIA plus community stands for now that you're out here seeing it firsthand?
Degeneracy.
We have a, right here, the sign says, believe there is life after love, Saint Cher of Malibu, 520 through 87. It happens to be my favorite book in the book of hedonism and debauchery.
The book of hedonism and debauchery. Oh, come on. This is why I think they're losing a lot of ground, because there is no way. Like, when you actually start to see this, and people didn't used to know this stuff, but now they've shot themselves in the foot here by making this so in people's faces. I'm sorry, that's kind of probably a bad choice of words while talking about the Pride Parade. But you know what I mean? People used to think that, well, they just want to be normal people. We should let them do that. Sure, I take my kids to Pride. Sure, it's just people being themselves. And then they do this, and you go, holy hell. Wait, no, what? You can't do this. The benefits to her family always outweigh any potential downside. Well, that remains to be seen, doesn't it? Because they could see how many other queer families were in their community and around the world. They don't necessarily get that from their swimming teams and drama clubs in school. So, am I the only one who's noticed that they still haven't actually explained? I mean, this is supposed to be an article about why kids should go to Pride, and they're talking about it in age-appropriate ways before you go. say you even found an age-appropriate way to do this, which I doubt, but it would say you did. What is the point of giving them an age-appropriate discussion if you're then just going to throw them in the middle of a bunch of these people who, as they said, nudity, kink, pornography. I mean, come on, what is this? Happy Pride, yeah. And is there actually kid-friendly Pride activities? Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Pride parades themselves are really fun for kids. See, I think they just think if they keep saying it over and over again, you'll just accept it. They sit on the curb and people throw stuff to them. Freebies like necklaces and bottles of water and bags of Cheerios abound. Well, that just sounds like a bunch of groomers. There were so many white vans with candy all over the place. It was great. Fantastic. But parades are just part of what Pride has to offer. Once the marching is finished, head over to the Pride Festival, where you'll typically find food, drinks, and booths, as well as kid-friendly play areas. And if that's true, don't take them to the parade. Take them to the kid-friendly part. I mean, right? If there really is kid-friendly play areas. I mean, if this wasn't a Pride parade, I would say, like, it would be like, you know, dropping your kids off in, like, the kid area, like when you go to church. You know, some churches have, like, a daycare thing if your kids are really little so you can go into the service. But since it's a Pride festival, I would definitely not advise leaving your kid unattended with any of these people for any amount of time. So I think what we're finding here is maybe the solution is to just not take your kids to adult events. But, you know, my daughter loves our local Pride for the kids area, which has inflatable bounce houses and pony rides. Be sure to research what your city's Pride has to offer in terms of food and entertainment for kids before you go, because each Pride is different. Finally, double check the dates of the event. Although New York and San Francisco hold their Pride parades to coincide with the anniversary of the Stonewall riots, I like how they just call them riots now. Because a few years ago, they covered that part up. They would say Stonewall. And now they say riot just with it, which is weird. I mean, that is what it is, but it's funny that they didn't say that a few years ago. I just think it's an interesting development. Some cities hold them at other times during the month of June, or even at other times of year like Miami Beach, blah, blah, blah. Celebrating Pride doesn't have to stop at the parade and festival. Check out Fatherly's list of 10 activities to do with your kids to celebrate Pride all month. Oh, man. I can't go through that one. I'm drawing the line. That'll have to be for another day. There's no way I can go over that.
I love it. Thank you guys. Who you believe in love after loss?
I've been saying this like all day. Like
why are the cops here?
Cops here, yeah.
Probably to protect people. Don't you guys want to be protected?
Well, security does not equal police, and police, like in the United States, are like way over militarized, and so they're a force that are harming people more often.
So then, who would protect?
You know, if you really believe that you can kind of choose to be whatever you want, why would you choose to look like the overweight guy that works in a comic book pornography shop in the basement of some, I don't know, in the streets of New York, you know, down in the basement area of some business? Is it just me? I mean, that's kind of what we're looking at here, right? They said I could be anything, so I chose to be a creeper.
Protect us with guns in case there was like a terrorist attack or something. That's just like my question.
security does not equal police. We don't have to have police here. There's like
maybe private citizens with guns or not?
No.
It's like armed security?
I think so. I think that it's just that the police are not trained well, and there's not like a lot.
Do you think security are trained better than police?
I don't think that. I think that there's like a widespread like harm being done from all of these like militarized.
That's a person that would show you their hentai collection, and it wouldn't even be on the computer. It would be physical copies that they bought for sure.
Like forces against citizens, and I don't have a solution, to be honest with you, but I know that it's not to have militarized police at any event.
I don't have a solution, but
LGBTQIA LMNOP QRSTUVWXYNZ.
yeah, I remember when these videos came out. This is the golden age of Elijah Schaefer, that's for sure.
I know that I am at Pride LA. Let's keep talking to people on the spectrum. Would you say universities are supporting the LGBT community?
UCLA is.
Awesome. What about other? Do you think Biola University is?
No comment.
Awesome. And so are you just having a fun time out here or what?
I am the Mucho Grande. Me am a Mucho Grande.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much.
All right.
You enjoy it. Have a good time. I hope you have a great rest of the day of Pride. Cool. So what are we out here marching for today?
Equality, equal rights.
I've still not seen anything that makes me believe that children should be here. Just saying. And Fatherly gave me zero tools to equip someone to bring their children to this event. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just too bigoted to be able to handle this, but you know.
Gay rights, trans rights, all of that.
Cool. So what rights do the LGBT community still not have?
I think we've progressed quite a bit.
Really?
They still discriminate against who can work where.
I don't think they do that, but like, so what? Like, is there any specific rights that we're fighting for equality in?
I guess more trans rights, the more visibility with them.
Well, see, no, that's true. Is that this was several years ago, and they didn't used to push to bring kids to these events because it was very adult oriented. It shows how just over the last several years, you now have them writing articles about how you should take your kids to Pride, and they write articles in books and then brag about taking their kids to Pride. I mean, it's bizarre. It is really, really bizarre and unsettling, to say the least. So, to further celebrate Pride Month, the White House, those guys get it over there. You know how diverse their administration is? They just put out a video today where they brought transgender kids and their parents to talk about being transgender kids, I guess. I don't really know. It just seems like a lot of stupid pandering to me. But, you know, I'm a bigot on the internet, so apparently I don't know what I'm talking about.
Do you get tired? Do you get tired of fighting? Do you ever just get tired?
Yes, but I know it's worth it. I know that there is a rainbow at the end of this storm.
Transgender kids and their families visit the White House.
Just to see that things are changing, just inviting all these trans families today has been so inspiring, and seeing somebody like Admiral Levine, a transgender woman in
Admiral Levine, super inspiring. Come on, no kid thinks that. What are you talking about?
Inspiring, and seeing somebody like Admiral Levine, a transgender woman.
They told you to say that.
This administration.
Because I know I am not alone.
Yeah. As VP Harris reminded you today.
I am not alone.
5 or 6 years ago, would have never envisioned that you and I would be here doing this today. And so I think being here,
and you're accomplishing a lot here today.
One of the conversations that needs to be opened is how trans women, and trans women of color, of course, are the ones that are being attacked the most.
How do you feel about that? What is going on right now in Arizona?
It's just frustrating because you have to live your life basically pushing against this bigger force that's against you.
I hate to tell you this, little dude or little chick or whatever. They made this up. This is not real. You've been lied to. I'm sorry.
Just to see that.
It ain't right. I know. But that's where we are.
Things are changing, even though in Alabama it's been a hard past couple of years.
If we can change one person's mind, if we can maybe bend one heart.
We could save one life.
That we're just a family. You're just my daughter.
There are people who we've met today who are in danger of losing their health care.
I just feel like anybody who wants to be themselves, it should not be illegal to be yourself.
It's not. And no one's trying to make it illegal to be yourself. What do they think is happening? I mean, honestly, they always say stuff like this. It's like the, saying that, you're denying the existence of blah, 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 blah. You're saying they don't exist? You want to erase them. What? No. Whoever said that? I know you exist. You just shouldn't play sports on certain teams. It's not fair. I mean, I don't get to go play women's sports. It's just, well, yeah, but they always make it about this, like, it shouldn't be illegal to be yourself. Cool. We agree. Done. Let's pack it up. Let's go home.
It's knowing that you are such a strong human being, knowing that you are asking for dignity makes me very strong.
Jesus. Is the dad transgender too? Tell me that doesn't look like a transgender man. If it's not, it's a very low testosterone man, and neither one would surprise me. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's kind of exactly the kind of people who make this happen. Are we really supposed to believe that any of these kids actually, like, they had these thoughts themselves? It always is remarkable to me when people bring out children as political tools and they just say, exactly what it is that's been said for the last however, whatever the thing of the day is. There is no way in hell that one kid was like, oh yeah, Admiral Levin or Levine or Levin or the dude, whatever the hell his name is. Like, oh yeah, I've been watching this. I've been keeping up with this. At least if they had said someone who was like a Hollywood celebrity, that would at least be believable. You're telling me that this kid has been following the career of this very beautiful and brave transgender woman. Yeah.
Knowing that you are asking for dignity.
Dignity.
Makes me very strong.
Fighting for my gender affirming care over the past 5 years since I've been transitioning, and like I'm so lucky to
5
have
years.
a family that supports
How old
me
are
and their
you?
support.
Being courageous enough to speak up for yourself and say, look, I'm important, I matter. It keeps me going and makes me want to work harder for.
What is with these
you.
parents teaching their kids to have external validation?
Who's aiming to be treated like a human, because I am human. And I think that's what gives me the strength to keep pushing.
All right.
Man, that's amazing.
We good?
So brave.
That's it?
That's it.
So brave. Can you believe how brave they are? God, what an embarrassing time to be an American. Can you believe that the things that those kids just said, that there's people out there who think that sounds great and how brave that was that they said that? I mean, come on. You just trotted your kids out in front of the world to tell them, Hey, look how much I've screwed up my kid. He actually thinks that because there's somebody in some other state that disagrees with his worldview, that it's now illegal for him to be a person. Okay. It's really, it's parents bullying their own kids. You know, it's peer pressure. Right? I mean, if they were actually confident in themselves, this wouldn't matter. But of course, you know, apparently this is like the most important thing in the world right now. Whatever the hell that is. So, how long have we gone? What time is it? All right. So, one more thing, and this is the one that's going to be the straw that broke the camel's back, because this is going to be the thing that makes everyone go, I'm going to have to end it now. It's over. It's all over. Or it'll be the thing that converts you and says, you know what? I've been wrong. I am so ready to celebrate Pride Month. And nothing encapsulates Pride Month like public schools putting on drag shows, right? This is important stuff. I mean, Fatherly, the magazine, just told us that we should be taking our kids to Pride and letting them look at adults' genitals. So I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the least offensive thing you see today. All right, maybe I went a little bit too far on that one, but, you know, doesn't mean I'm wrong. Oh, where the hell did it go? I accidentally closed it. In the meantime, don't forget to join the Swamp Mug Club. $20 gets you a mug. And nothing else. I'm sorry. There's no actual cool exclusive content or anything. Not yet. Not yet, at least. And in case I didn't say it, only available today. Well, I guess yesterday too, but you can't go back in time. Oh, where the hell did this thread go? I accidentally closed the tab, and now I'm just stalling, trying to find it. I know everyone was excited about continuing to expand upon our children in Pride Month. Here it is. And it really is, it really is TikTok that we have to thank for finding out about all this crazy stuff, because for some reason they feel safe on TikTok to post this stuff. I'm not really sure why. TikTok is definitely an interesting study of human behavior, I guess. This is the nice way to put it. Here's all the things that are going to make you hate everything in the world. This is from Libs of TikTok. They put together a whole master thread of this. A gay nightclub in Minnesota held a drag show for children earlier this month. Fantastic. And here, let's find out more about what makes this so age appropriate. This is totally appropriate to take children to, I'm pretty sure. I mean, look at that. Who does this? These people should be arrested right now. Look at all these kids. What is wrong with these people? Oh, it doesn't load now. They're coming after me, man. A preschool hosting a pride event including drag queen story time and a pride parade. We all know the drag queen story hour. That one's famous, man. That's a famous one. Oh yeah, this seems appropriate. This video definitely won't be monetized because of all the crazy shit that I've shown, but Drag the Kids to Pride. Drag the Kids to Pride, a family-friendly drag show. I'm just not sure that that's a thing that exists. Bar in Dallas, Texas is advertising a drag show for children, including the opportunity for some kids to perform with the drag queens. Pride. Hey, some more drag queen story hour. Gotta love it. This is in the UK too, man. Groomers have gone global, that's for sure. Oh God, this one's one of the worst. They're getting kids to do it. I mean, come on. How do you not end up in prison for this? The caption says, was absolutely blessed by this literal angel baby this weekend at DragCon. There's a felony in there somewhere. I may not know exactly where it is, but there's a felony in there somewhere. Oh, and then we got them dancing on stage, and they're literally giving the kid money too. That's fantastic. Look at that. Pride is totally age appropriate. Totally age appropriate. A Pennsylvania teacher hosted a drag show event for students as part of the Gay Straight Alliance Club. Parents were reportedly not notified. The district has confirmed this morning that the teacher is on leave. Dude. In an auditorium at school. I mean, what? Man, I should have pulled up my Gabriel Blow the Trumpets meme for this. Come on. You can't be serious with this. And tell me this is age appropriate for children. Of course it is. Arizona school counselor who arranged drag show for students is accused of having sex with a 15-year-old student. I am shocked. Absolutely shocked. I just never... No one can see these things coming, you know? It just never happens. It's like... No one could see this coming. No one could have guessed this. It could happen to anybody. More family-friendly drag show. Yeah, sure. They love drag queen story time. They really do. God. Drag Queen Story Hour captures the imagination and play of the gender fluidity of childhood. Does anybody remember the gender fluidity of their childhood? Oh, God. An event for middle and high school students with this. I can't see why anyone would have a problem with that. Dude, Pride is really all about kids. It's all for kids. Come on, man. It's like they're not even trying to pretend like it's anything age appropriate. I mean, come on. it's almost like they got too arrogant. They thought they had more control than they did. So they were like, well, we can get away with this now. And then they found out that they can't. And they're like, oh man, you guys are bigots. New York City has teamed up with this drag organization to bring drag queens to schools to read to kids. I mean, how many times does this have to happen? I mean, this is just absurd. This isn't even funny anymore. This was funny once. Does anybody remember when this was funny? There was a time when this was, in that way where you just can't comprehend what it is, and you're like, what? This is hilarious. And now it just makes me angry. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot for that. Oh, God. It just never ends, does it? At a school, on stage. This is one of the teachers, by the way. Actually, one of the teachers. I mean, what? Why? You know what? That's enough of that. It's not fun anymore. So at one time, I could laugh at it, but sometimes you just get too much. And you're like, I can't look at this anymore. There's just too much of it out there in the world. When did we accept this? I just know all of this is exactly how I want the world to be. And I am proud to be an LGBTQ AAIP square root ampersand ZZIM alien kin. And I hope you're proud too. So don't forget, mugs only available for the rest of the night tonight. So midnight, no more. They'll be gone. Support the channel. Hit like, I guess. All the things that YouTubers always tell you to do. Thank you guys for being here. It's been 1 year. An entire year this channel has been up. I can't believe it. Hopefully I can make it through another year. Like I said yesterday, I've only got my channel deleted one time in the last year. Hopefully I can make it all through the next year without without losing the channel again. They said it was an accident. They said they didn't mean to delete it, and I'm always inclined to take Susan's word for it. All right, guys. I'm going to... I don't know if I'm going to do... I've been wanting to play some games. I haven't played any games in a while, so I'm either going to play some games. I don't really have anything lined up for Over the Legal Limit, so I think I'm just going to play some games if you want to hang out and talk, and maybe I'll play some music on there too. I don't know. Anyway, it's been fun. Happy Pride. Remember, protect your kids. Don't let them go to this ever.